Hello everyone, I am Olayinka Kabir, a full stack app developer and an educationist. I'll be taking you through some crucial concepts of this education management information application. But before we move to online environment, I would like to take you through the forms which will serve as our basis for inputting the data. Let's go through the form. Okay, the first form I'm having here is the school information. As you can see on the screen, the school information contains the name of the school address. You put the school address, the year of establishment, you put the exact year, the school location means where the school is located. OLG, Araromi is your location. School email, if you don't have, you put NIL, NIL. Number of classes, the total number of classes in that school. When we say classes, there are three different things that we need to look into. We have classrooms, we have classes, and we have blocks. When we are talking about classes, we are talking about the hands. Primary 1A, Primary 1B, Primary 1C, Primary 1D, Primary 2A, 2B, 2C. If you have arms like that, they are all classes. So you count the total number of the arms or the streams you are having. That is the total number of classes you are having in that school. If you put the total number of classes followed by the number of pre-primary classes. Total number of the pre-primary classes, you put it here. If you are having 3, you put it here. So total number of primary classes, if it is 7, you put 7, but you should know that pre-primary classes plus primary classes must be equals to number of classes that you are having at the first column here. So which means the total of these two should be the same with this, and followed by the number nursery 1 enrollment, the pre-primary enrollment, nursery 1, nursery 2, nursery 3. If your own is not like this, you follow this format. If you're having KG, nursery 1 and nursery 2, just follow the format. Put the minimum one here as nursery 1, the next one, and the terminal one. So those are the areas we need to look into in the form information. Now let's move to the teacher information. The teacher information, you have the full name of the teacher, which the surname should be the first, followed by the OGSB number. But whenever you are writing the OGSB number, you write only the number. Don't write OGSB before writing for no. You put if your OGSB number is 45266, you put 45266 for the teacher. Now, followed by the school name. Whenever you are writing the school name, we have the comprehensive name of the school. We have the full name of the school in the database. You don't need to write the full name. Just write, if you are OLG, you put OLG. Or if you are MPS, you put MPS. And the address of the school, which is where the school is located. Abule Odo, for example. OLG Abule Odo. So that whenever you are searching for it, it will be more easier for you to search for it with OLG. Now another area is the designation. We have 3, as you will see when we move to the online environment. The designation, you have the school manager, which is the head teacher, we have the assistant head teacher, and we have the class teacher. So if you are the class teacher, put class teacher. If it is the form for the head teacher, you put the head teacher, and with the school manager, if it is for assistant, you put the assistant as the head teacher, and followed by the date of birth. This is the format we will follow. You write it 2/3/1988. That is the date the date of birth of the teacher, and followed by the date of present appointment. You follow the same format. We should have used this calendar format online, but not all browsers support it. That's the main reason why we keep it simple like this. But you just follow this format. The follow is the next date of first appointment and date posted to your present school. To that present school, you put it there. Follow the same format expected date of exit, you put it there. The grade level, you put it here. Gender, male, female, TRCN number, you put it. Now qualifications with date. The qualifications, you follow this format. If you have an NC, for example NC 98, comma, followed by degree 2005, comma, you put all the qualifications you are having that is related to education. So you put it here. Now highest qualification. You know here, this is the highest qualification we are having is BEd. So you click only on BEd here as the highest qualification. And the area of specialization, which is your course, if it is mathematics, you put mathematics. If it is English, you put English. Home address, you put the address of the teacher. Mobile number, you put the phone number of the teacher. Email address of the teacher, if any, you put. If you don't have, you put no, but you should have. Another area is the workshops attended with year. So the total number of workshops the teacher has attended, you put you name the workshop and the year. And another area is the status. This status has to do with the active, whether you are still in service or retired. So you see it when we move to online. So you put in service for those that are still in service, and retired. Once someone has retired, you change the status to retired. Now next of kin phone number, the name of the next of kin and the next of kin. So this is the area where we need to look into on the teacher's form. Now let's move to the learner's form. Learner's form, we have the first name of the learner, the last name, the admission number, the school name, permanent home address of the learner, the class of the learner, the gender of the learner, the challenges, whether the learner has any physical challenge, you put it there. If you don't have nil, you put nil there. Parent or guidance name, you put it there. Parent or guidance mobile, you put it there. And parent or guidance address, you put it there. Now let's move to the infrastructural form. We have the school name here as the first indicator, you put it there. The numbers of classrooms available in that school. The number of classrooms, as I've said earlier when I was explaining the school form, the classroom is quite different from classes. The classroom is the forewall of the class you are using. So you may the total number of rooms you are having in that school. The total number of rooms you are having that learning is taking place. The total number of classrooms available, you put it there. Number of classrooms in good condition in that school, you put it there. Number of classrooms in bad condition, that is not good, you put it there. Now let's move to toilet. The total number of toilets available, you put it there. Toilet, it is not a building now. We are talking about the units in that toilet. If you're having a toilet but with about 5 or 6 units or 4 units, you put 4 here or 6 here if you're having 6 units. So the total number of toilets that is still in good condition, you put it there. The total number in bad condition, you put it there. The total number of blocks available in that school. If you're having, when we are talking about blocks, we have said it in the past that it has to do with building. Blocks has to do with building. The total number of building you're having 1, if you're having 2, you put it there. The total number in good condition, you put it there. In bad condition, you put it there. Now, source of water. How did you get water in your school? Do you have borehole? Do you have is it pipe-borne water? Is it stream? Is it river? You put it there. Source of power. Are you using generator? Do you have solar? Is it electricity? You put it there. Numbers of government food vendor that you have in your school, you put it there. Name of your SBMC chairman, you put it there. And the SBMC chairman's phone number, you put it there as well. Now let's move to the facilities. The facilities, you have the EMIS number. Every school should have an EMIS number. You have, if you don't know it, if you don't remember it, it's better you don't fill this place. You first ask for it, confirm that this is your real EMIS number before you fill this place, because you can see there is nothing like school name here. The EMIS number is replacing the school name. So whenever you are searching for your form, you use the EMIS number. So EMIS number, you put it here. numbers of required teachers, you put it there, which is in your school. Required is quite different from short for. Required is the total number of teachers that you should have in post in a normal situation. Okay, you are in a school where you are having shortage of teachers, but if things goes the way it should be, how many teachers should be in your school? So the total number of teachers that should be in post in your school is the required number of teachers. So for the pre-primary, how many should be in pre-primary in a normal situation? You put it there. Primary 1 to 3, how many should be there? Primary 4 to 6. So now let's move to the furniture. Now this furniture, you can see the form is this furniture aspect is for pre-primary only. So total number of pupils furniture required, as I've said in the passing while I was explaining this that of required of teachers. So for the required furnitures for pre-primary, you know it should be one furniture for 1 pupils. So if you're having 30 pupils, which means the total number of required should be 30, and total number available, that is the one you are having on ground, you put it here. So total number of teachers furniture on ground, you put it available. Required that should be, you put it there. So and total number of blocks for pre-primary. If you have block that is basically for pre-primary, you are not sharing it with another class. Even if you are trying it to another, but whenever you have fill it for pre-primary, you don't repeat it again for another level of level or another class when you are filling another form. So you put it there. If you're having a block for pre-primary, you put it there. If the block is in good condition, you write 1 or 2, or I don't know the number of blocks you are having. So you put it there. So and another thing is the classrooms. The classroom you are using for your pre-primary, is it in good condition? Yes. If it is yes. If it is 1, you put 1. If it is 2, you put it. So G here means 2. You can see I put some things in bracket. R in bracket, A in bracket. A means wherever you see A, you know it's available. Wherever you see R, you know it's required. Wherever you see G, you know it's good. So you try to follow the step. Library, another area is library. This is still for pre-primary. So library, total number of library that you have for pre-primary. If you have any library that is for pre-primary, if it is for the whole school, you don't fill it for pre-primary. Once you are filling it for either 1 to 3 or 4 to, you don't repeat it in 4 to 6. So because if you fill it for pre-primary 1, fill 1 for 1 to 3, 1 for, it means you are having 3 libraries in your school, which is not supposed to be. So you repeat the same thing. This is the column for primaries 1 to 3. So required pupils furniture, teachers furniture for primary 1, for primaries 1 to 3 only. So you fill it. Required primaries 4 to 6, the same thing. You do the same thing. So you just need to be very, very careful while filling the form, because the board will be relying on the information you provided for them. Now let's move to the statistic area, the statistical data form. Now EMIS number.
Okay, we have a EMIS number here as well, which is unique. In this statistical data form, we have a pre-primary. This is enrollment by class and staff strength by class. So pupils enrollment for pre-primary, male, female, you put it here. Teachers, how many teachers do you have at the pre-primary level that is male, female? If you don't have, you put 0. I said the default value for digit, which is number, is 0. While the default value for character is nil. So you do the same for primary 1. Primary 1 pupils, primary 1 teachers, the same thing primary 2, primary 3, primary 4 to primary 6. So now let's move to class and classrooms. So for classes and classrooms, we have the name of schools here. Name of school here, you put it there. Pre-primary class. So now we have classes and classrooms that I've explained earlier. But now we are breaking it down to classes, to the classes level. So we have pre-primary classes, pre-primary classrooms. How many classrooms do you have for pre-primary? How many do you have for how many classes do we have for pre-primary. So this, you can see we have something like that, classes at the school, in the school form, yes, that we have explained earlier. So, and classrooms, we have it at the infrastructural level, infrastructural classroom, infrastructural forms. So this should be the same when we calculate it for primary one. And you can see something here, I put C in bracket, which means wherever you see C in this form, you know it's classes, and CR for classrooms. So for primary one, total number of classes that you have in primary one, total number of classrooms that you have. If you are sharing classroom with between two classes, maybe pre-primary and primary is sharing, primary one, they are sharing the same classroom. So once you put this for pre-primary, you don't put anything for primary, you put 0. So that is that. So the same thing applies to primary 1 to primary 6. And you have the number of assistant teacher here, you fill it. Number of offices that you have in the school, you fill it as well. So now let's move to and when you calculate this, the total number of classes from pre-primary to primary 6 should be the same with the total number of classes that you are having in the school form. And for the classroom should be the same with the total number of classrooms available that you fill in the infrastructural form. Now let's move to learner age. Learner age here is distributed by age. So pre-primary from 3 years to 6 years and above. So which means the total number of pupils here should be the same with the total number of pupils that we said we are having in the statistic form, where we have them distributed by class. And the same thing happens to primary 1 to 6, which is from 6 years to 12 years. So when you calculate it together, it should be the same enrollment that you are having when we distribute it by class in the statistical form. So now let's move to teacher qualification. So here we have pre-primary, we have break it down, pre-primary, primary. So here we are dealing with the highest qualification. If you have a teacher that has NCE degree and master's, the qualification you are filling for him or her here is the highest, which is the master's. So which means in your school, if you are having at the pre-primary level, you are having 3 teachers, 2 are having degree, while 1 is having NCE. So you fill 2 for degree at the degree level, while 1 at the NCE level. So this is male or female, so making 3. You don't say 3 at the 2 at the degree and 3 at the NCE. They're saying they all have NCE. No, it means you are filling 5 instead of 3. So you fill the highest qualification only. So the same thing applies to primaries 1 to 3 and primaries 4 to 6. But the total number of teachers, here should be the same with the total number of teachers that you have filled in the statistical data form as distributed by classes. Now let's move to teacher statistics. So this is dealing with the total number of teachers in the school. It includes the head teacher, it includes the head teacher, it includes the assistant. So length of service now. So here we have those that are between 0 to 4 years in service, 5 to 9 years in service, male, female. You fill it till 35 years. So the total number of teachers here, when you calculate it together, should be the same the total number of teachers you are having in the whole school, including the head teacher and assistant. And the same thing applies to the age range. The age range of the teachers, those that are between 20 to 24 years, 25 to 29 years till 60 years. When you calculate it together, it should be the same with the total number of teachers you are having by length of service, and should be the same with the total number of teachers you are having in the whole school. So that is that as regards that. Now let's move to toilets. The toilet facilities, you can see we have mentioned it in the earlier in infrastructural form, where we have the total number of toilets available in good condition. But now we are breaking it down to stages. Pre-primary, how many number of toilets did you allocated, or let me say units, did you allocated for pre-primary classes? how many available. If it is split, you put it there. If you don't allocate at all, put 0 there. It means you don't have. So for pre-primary, so required, how many did you need? How many should be in place? How many toilets should be in place for pre-primary? So you put it there. If it is water closet that you see you can manage there, you put it. If it is split, you put it there. Required. Now let's move to pre-primary, primaries 1 to 3. The same thing. Available. So primary 4 to 6 that you have allocated for them. If you have only one and you have put it here, I mean, if you have only maybe a block of 2 units, only 2 units, and you have put the 2 units at the primary level, don't put it in primary 1, primary 2, and primary 4 to 6, and primary 3 again. This means you are repeating it, and it will serve as if you are having 2, you put 2 there, 2 here, 2 and 2 here. It means you are having 6, which is against what you are having on ground. So now another thing is that of teacher, because there should be toilet for teachers. So how many did you have for teachers? If you don't have, or if you have, how many did you think should be in place, which is the required? So if it is WC, you put it. If it is PIT, you put it. So now let's move to the final one, which is the dropout. So repeaters and dropouts in the school, you fill the form as expected. Now let's move. That is the last area we need to look on the form. Now let's move to the online environment, which is our application. You'll be given a link by your LGA officer, EMIS officer, or if you are not given any link, so you can go through your your LGA website. So you can go through your LGA website and you will reach the application. But let me show you how the application will look like. Let me show you how the application will look like. So once you have perfect your this thing, and once you click on the link, this is the page you will see. So, and to navigate to the real application, you just click on the menu at the right hand side here. Click on the menu. Once you click on it, you see a login page. You see the login, the menu, the home page menu. You click on the login, which is the first one. The administrative login is for the LGA officers. So you click on okay. If you are new, so for the first time, you just click on the new user. There is a form here for you to fill. You just fill the form. You put your name, mobile number, school name, your email address. Be careful about this email address. Make sure you type the real email address and the type it correctly, because you use it to sign in. And the same thing as password. You put your real password here, and once you click on it, it will refer you back to this page, this login page, and type your email address that you just put in and your password. Now let me put my username, which is the email address. Ask for Ola gmail.com. Let me quickly put my password. So now let me log in. So login successful now. So we have our first page, which is the school record app, as we have it in our form. So you just click on the add school button here to add your details. So you click on it, you see school name, school address, then you see it, location. You can pick the one you would like. Rural, you can pick the one that is the one you for, maybe rural or urban. So type everything here as it is in your form. So you click on add details, and once you click on add details, it will show that you have it should pop up an information for us. So we are still waiting for the okay, it's not responding because we haven't input anything. Okay, let me just type that. Let me submit. So school record added successful. It will not drop in the database. It will only show here that it has submitted because we have not filled. You should not leave anything here. You should make, even if you don't have, for characters you put nil, for numbers you put 0 if you don't have. So if you can check, you can see error of what. If you can check, you can see there is nothing here. Okay, let's check maybe what we have submitted has appeared. No, but if we type the read thing, it will appear here. And to check maybe whatever you have submitted as submit, just click on the search engine here and type the name of your school. As you have input it will bring it. It will bring only your school here. And if you wish that okay, you need to edit something, you have made a mistake while inputting your, just click on edit button and scroll down here. You can see your information here. For example, I need to change this to it should be 52, 56. I put it. So let me just click on update button. So you can see record updated successfully. Let me now go and check. You can see 56 here. So that is that about that. So when you go, once you are done with that, you tick it in your material that you are done with school record. Try to confirm whatever you are doing. So followed by the teacher's information. Once you have it here, just click on add teachers, and once you click on it, you have filled the clinic, you have submit. So just click on just come down here, click on anywhere, or you close the form at the top. So you just come here to check. You can type the name of your school. If you're having a lot of information here, just type the name of your school to bring only your school and confirm what you have submitted. If there is a mistake, you click on edit button. You cannot delete because it will not delete. So only the admin can delete. So and another thing, you see, you have seen all the information there drop out, but you can't go to the non-teaching because you don't have access to it. So if I click on it now, you can see you do not have admin at right. So and the admin chamber, if you are not good there, only the admin can go there. So that is that for that. So once we are done with that, just come here, search and confirm whatever you have submitted. But before submitting, try to check it and go through it. So and where we are using EMIS number in place of the school name, so you type your EMIS number, and that's the reason why whenever you are typing your EMIS number, if it is 0, don't put O, you put 0. If it is 060, if your EMIS number is 060, you put 060 when you are typing when you are inputting your data, so that whenever you put 060 here, it will bring only your school and it will bring your school. So but if you put O instead of 0, if you put letter, it will be giving you problem. It will not drop. You won't see it. So that is it. So that is that about the application. So the more we use it, later we'll still come up with some other functions of the application. But for now, just to input data, let's go by doing this. And whatever we have inputted, don't bother. Just come here, type in your search in the search engine, whatever you are using to search it, and you should see the information that you have. So whenever if you need to modify, just click on edit and scroll down here, you see the form and do the needful. So thank you very much for listening. I am Olayinka Kabir, once again a full stack software engineer and an educationist. So bye and have a wonderful day.